What if you could open your laptop and say, "Find me the cheapest flight to Montreal next Tuesday," and then just watch a program click through travel websites, fill out forms, compare prices, and hand you the answer? That is not a pitch from a startup demo day. That is actually happening right now. And it means the way we think about browsers is about to flip upside down. Because for the first time in history, the web is getting visitors that do not need to be shown what to click. They figure it out themselves. Welcome to episode 10. Today, we are talking about agents that browse the web. And this is one of the most significant developments in technology that almost nobody is talking about. Here is a number: 98%. That is the portion of the internet that AI agents literally cannot access through APIs. Think about that. The vast majority of websites, government portals, small business sites, local services have no documented API at all. For a machine learning model, that content might as well not exist. There is a project called Stagehand, built by BrowserBase, that confronts this head-on. Instead of trying to convince every website to build an API, Stagehand lets agents interact with web pages the same way you or I would, by reading the page, finding the right button, and clicking it. But here is where the story gets deliciously ironic. Cloudflare, a company that literally built its reputation on protecting websites from scrapers and bots, just launched a feature called the /crawl endpoint. One API call, and it will scrape an entire website for you. Clean HTML, Markdown, JSON. It follows links across the site with configurable depth limits, designed for building knowledge bases and training AI systems. And it is free. One critic on social media called it the biggest betrayal in tech this year. Cloudflare sells anti-bot protection to companies and simultaneously gives away a tool that bypasses exactly that kind of protection. They are playing both sides. But the underlying truth is simple. The web was always meant to be browsed. Building walled gardens behind APIs was never going to last. So how do agents see the web without APIs? You give them eyes. Skyvern combines large language models with computer vision to automate browser-based workflows. It can navigate government websites, register accounts, fill out forms, all by looking at the screen the way a person does. There is also Firecrawl, which provides crawling infrastructure that turns any website into structured data with one call. And Lightpanda, a high-performance headless browser that gives agents raw power to load and render web pages at scale. Then there is Tarsia, developed by a company called Reworked. The name is fitting. Tarsiers are tiny primates with enormous eyes that see everything in the dark. Tarsia does the same for AI agents, providing vision utilities specifically designed for web interaction. Now, the fair counterargument is that all these vision-based approaches are fragile. Websites redesign. Interfaces change. If your agent learned to navigate a page by its visual layout, a single update can break everything. And that is true. But it is also exactly how humans browse. When your favorite restaurant moves its menu to a different page, you do not file a bug report. You just look around and find it. You adapt. Agent E is a breakthrough in agentic web automation, and it takes a different approach. Instead of relying on screenshots, it uses hierarchical planning, breaking complex tasks into smaller sub-goals and tackling each one methodically. It also has a clever new way of interacting with the document object model, the underlying structure of every web page, and performs stateful navigation. It remembers where it has been and why. The results speak for themselves. On the Web Voyager benchmark, Agent E achieved a 73% success rate. Without using multimodality, it accomplishes this purely through understanding web page structure, without even needing visual screenshots. Most competing approaches rely on seeing the page. Agent E reads it like a blueprint. There is a full academic paper backing this up. And here is the detail that really blew my mind. A developer named Paul Klein deployed Agent E on BrowserBase, adding CAPTCHA solving, proxies, and session recording in fewer than 30 lines of code. He did it on a Saturday, when a research agent that tops benchmark charts becomes a 30-line weekend deployment. The game has already changed. If agents can browse the web on their own, what happens to the browser itself? Josh Miller from the Arc browser shared an observation that stuck with me. Arc can now abstract any website or app into a set of programmable APIs. You can pull data from them. You can perform actions. Combine that with large language models, and you have the foundation of something extraordinary, a browser that browses for you. Perplexity is building toward this vision with their Comet browser, positioned as a personal AI assistant. Not a passive window into the internet, but an active participant. And then there is Claude Engineer version 3 by Pietro Scarano. It does not just run tools, it creates them on the fly. Tell it you need a web scraper, and it will build the scraper, run it, and improve it as it goes. It is not a tool anymore. It is an apprentice. The counter-argument you should take seriously. If an AI agent can log into your accounts, fill out forms, and perform actions on your behalf, who is really in control? What happens when it makes a mistake? These are real safety challenges we need to solve before this becomes mainstream. Before you think this is all theoretical, here is one example already in production pipelines. It is called Expect. It is an open-source tool that scans a Git diff, and then an AI writes a step-by-step test plan. Every step runs in a live browser using Playwright. It uses actual login sessions. It records video of every test run. It plugs right into your existing continuous integration pipeline. The agent browses the web to test your software and catch bugs before they reach users. It is a quality assurance team that never sleeps. From vision agents that read web pages like blueprints, to browsers that browse on our behalf, to automated testing that writes its own scripts, the era of the passive web browser is ending. The next browser you open might not be for you at all. It might be working for you. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe for more deep dives into the technologies shaping tomorrow.